Good evening everybody and welcome to Belgium. Welcome to Spa. Oh my god, last episode out, that was truly heartbreaking. We were on for such a good result, and of course El Principe here absolutely cocked up the strategy. It was an absolute cock up. If you haven't seen that yet, go back and watch that and then come on back. Remember, all previous 10 episodes of my series are currently on my channel. Please go back, watch them, like, share, subscribe, all the usual stuff, or you don't have to. It's entirely up to you. Now, for this episode, as you've probably seen from the title, there were a lot of crashes. 8 drivers in practice sessions across 1, 2 and 3 have managed to crash out, and it was absolutely insane. Out of all of the drivers that crashed in the end, let me just calculate it, let me just remind myself, we had Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Sergio Perez, Lewis Hamilton, then we had Ricardo, we had Mick Schumacher, we had Kevin Magnussen, we had Vettel, and finally we had Lance Stroll. Actually, that's 9. Sorry, 9 drivers, not 8. I do apologise. 9 drivers at some point or another had a crash out. For us, we escaped relatively damage-free. And the great news was, maybe I'm getting the hang of looking at how to do the setups for this, because literally my very first setup in practice number 1, we got up to our absolute best setup, which was 87%, and then I made a tiny little adjustment, managed to get up to 88. From there we weren't able to get much further than that, but I'll tell you what, it's looking possibly well for the race. The actual times that I did, they are probably a little bit lower than estimated, because I did change all of our engine parts. I put them onto our worn parts. There's no point wasting the fresh ones when the good ones are ready to go. So we just keeping the better ones for the race itself. We're coming towards the end of our allocation, so it's definitely possible that we may be having to take grid penalties coming up soon. As you can see, Lewis Hamilton, Pierre Gasly, and one of our biggest rivals, Sebastian Vettel, have all got grid penalties for this race. So let's not do any more talking. Let's get into the qualifying for the Belgian Grand Prix.
Radio check. You hear me okay? Copy, radio check.
So of course we're looking to get both drivers out very, very quickly. Very long track, this circuit, about 7 kilometers long. Really, really long. I don't know how long it's going to take to properly get round the track. So I thought, let's do it nice and early. It's around about a 1 minute 44 thereabouts the lap times. So I'm thinking we're probably talking about 6 minutes total, all in all. So we're looking to get out nice and early, not look to get held up by any drivers, look to get a nice clean lap in at the start. So we've been averaging around about the 144. We are typically faster in qualifying because of course we don't have massive loads of fuel on board. So we are going to see how we do. If we can aim for around about the 143, maybe dipping into 142, I'll be extremely happy with that. Soft compound tyres, absolutely awful for the race itself. So of course we will not be looking to use those, because tyre wear here is very, very strong. Now I am hoping that if we do happen to get any crashes in the race or in qualifying, and we happen to look at a replay, I'm hoping that we actually get to see a different crash. Now you may have seen, I actually took a screenshot or a screen grab video, whatever you want to call it, of one of the crashes when I was doing practicing. I've already uploaded that to the channel. It's only 40 seconds long. You can go and watch that. And to be honest, every single lap, every single crash that we ever saw, it was virtually identical. Exactly the same camera angles, exactly the same angle of crash. There we go. What do we get here? Wow, 145.6. That's not great compared to all of our other lap times. Okay, we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. Allow for the tracks to bed in a little bit.
Entering the pit lane.
Okay.
So compared to Ricardo, we're already about 7/10 off the pace. And to be honest, we've been a lot closer to Ricardo throughout this race weekend. So we're hoping to keep that improving. Now we are realistically only going to get 2 runs out because of the amount of time it takes to get around this track. So we just wanted to get 1 in there, 1 nice clean lap, so we don't have to worry about anything else. So just looking to fast forward through, see where we are in terms of the time. Now currently we are faster than both Vettel and Stroll, which bodes really, really well. That's a really good start. Magnussen is also slower, as is Guan Yu Zhou. Both of them, I would expect them to improve. But actually, Ricciardo must have had a really bad race weekend, because he is already a heck of a lot faster than anything we've normally seen. Alonso is a lot further down the grid. Again, I've seen him much higher up so close, so he must have had a really poor lap there. So we are going to see the cars start to come out. There's Guan Yu Zhou coming into the pit. And anytime soon we are going to see the cars begin to come out. Remember, it's around about 2 minutes or so, the actual track. So, and here we go. Here the cars start to begin to come out. So we're just going to leave it momentarily, because we know we're never going to get out in front. I believe Jack will probably be the last driver. Oh no, spoke too soon. The Haas drivers are the last ones to come out. So Mick Schumacher doing extremely well. So Albon probably towards the start of the final third or so, and then Jack is one of the final 3. So we should, in theory, all get around the track and across the finish line in time. We've got about a minute left. I would be incredibly shocked if no one manages to make it past the finish line in time and run out of time. And somebody's already locked up in Sector 2. Who was that? We're going to get to see a replay of that. Okay. That is a crash! Oh my god, there's a crash.
We've just had a crash on the track.
Yuki Tsunoda.
Now look at this. It was the Alpha Tauri
On the main pit straight. Locked up. Oh my god.
Something went very, very wrong there. The team are devastated.
Oh dear. So this is a definite problem, having been right towards the back of the grid. Are we going to potentially improve? Could that have slowed some of the other cars down so that they are not able to improve? Because if Yuki Tsunoda's crashed, he's definitely not going to be able to improve. Could we manage to improve enough? Unfortunately, Albon is slower in Sector 1, as would be probably expected, as he was right in that vicinity when that happened. Jack was also a lot slower in that sector. Okay, here we go. As they begin to cross the line, Ocon 4th, Gasly 7th, Alonso 4th, Norris stays where he is, Hamilton 3rd, Russell up to 7th, Perez 1st, Vettel, what's going to happen with Vettel? Goes up to 14th, Ricciardo to 10th, Lance Stroll, what's happening? Jack and Albon both up in Sector 1, Lance Stroll, I believe, remains P18. Oh, Albon is finished and stays P16. As for Jack, he's in P18. So Vettel has managed to get out of P1. Qualifying 1. Vettel is the first one out of the two teams, Aston Martin and Williams, to get into qualifying 2. But he does have a grid penalty, so may end up going behind us. Depends where he qualifies in session 3. I really wish you had the normal graphics to show where we are with the actual starting grid. And maybe the formation lap, those are the kind of things I'd like to see maybe a bit more. So Vettel did finish in P15, and if he gets a 3 grid place penalty, which is what I normally expect to see for changes of tyre components, I do believe he'll probably go down to be where Jack is. Jack will of course move up to P17, Guan Yu Zhou up to 16, and Albon would go up to P15 where Vettel currently is, which would mean Aston Martin with the bottom 2 and Kevin Magnussen having a really bad time out of it, finishing bottom of the grid. Of course, Pierre Gasly also has one. If that is a 3 pace, then he would probably be starting in P13, and Lewis Hamilton would probably be down around about P8, pushing Alonso up into 5th. Top 4, as you've seen them all season. Anyway, let's take a look at the strategies. Realistically, it's a one-stop race. It is literally a one-stop race. Let's just have a look. See, the softs to hards is about the same. Okay, so I'm going to do so we could, in theory, do a soft to medium, but the soft compound tyre is actually slower than the mediums, so we are absolutely going to be going for the mediums, and I think we do hard to mediums. And then it just means that we can swap it around. We've got slightly different alternatives. It doesn't matter too much where we possibly have to risk double stacking each other. We have that little crossover period there with that. So Jack, who's starting further back, he will be hards to mediums. Alexander Albon, who's further forward, is going to be mediums to hard. That is going to do everything. Apart from just making sure that they do push off the lines right at the very start. Other than that, ooh, there we go, just change that, and there we go, we're all set to go. Are you sitting down comfortably? Have you got lots of popcorn? There's going to be a lot of crashes. I can just envisage it so much. I really hope it's not going to be Jack or Alexander. Let's get started in Spa. Just sort of starting the positions. Alex is actually starting in his highest in P13, and Jack is going to be starting in P15. This could be a chance to get in the points, especially if we get crashes. This could be incredible.
They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. Everything's been building to this. Get ready, it's the Belgian Grand Prix. And it's lights out.
Lights out, away we go. So I'm just going to pause it just 1 second so you can just have a quick look, see how things are happening. So actually Lewis Hamilton is right towards the back of the grid, down in 17th. He was in 5th, but all the way down there. So he must have taken a good few number of component parts there. Pierre Gasly, he was also one with the grid penalties. He's right down at the bottom. Vettel is separating Hamilton and Gasly along with Kevin Magnussen. So Albon is in P13. Jack has already managed to get himself up into P14, overtaking Guan Yu Zhou. This is one of my favourite straights on the entire grid. I absolutely love this with the elevation and the speed. Let's see this replay again of as Jack getting past Guan Yu Zhou round the outside. A lot harder to do that. A lot easier to get it on the inside, but he did that really, really well.
Bold move indeed, and with that, they've gained a position.
Get in, Jack.
I think it's safe to say that went down well with the team.
Yes, she's so excited. She's overcome with emotion. She's frozen in time.
Just do lift and coasting.
Yes.
Leaf core increase, please.
So Lewis Hamilton already up into P16, overtaking Lance Stroll. Gasly currently stuck behind Vettel. Let's just go on board with Hamilton a little bit. He will be really pushing it. He really wants to get back into the top half of that grid. It's not often that you see him right down towards the back.
You can afford to drop back.
Copy.
Okay, back off.
Copy.
If we go back to Alex, he's still sticking right behind Mick Schumacher there. It's only a short way off the points. Could this be the day that we manage to get it? I really, really hope so. I sincerely hope so, especially if we get some crashes and that forces someone to retire. Jack's still right behind Alex there on a slightly slower compound tyre, so he will not be quite up to speed with his hard tyre wear. They are a lot harder to warm up, so it might take a little bit harder to do that. All we want to make sure is that we stay within DRS range. That is so incredibly important. It's really, really important, because this straight here is so powerful for the DRS. We want to make sure that we have got it. Hamilton just currently stuck behind Guan Yu Zhou at the moment. Just can't quite get enough of the pace to get up to him. The front is all the same as it was at the start of the race. No real changes there. And you can see Hamilton's already dropped off. Oh, I thought there was a crash or something there. So DRS has been enabled. DRS has been enabled. So we're going to be keeping a very close eye on the tyre wear for this race, because it's a very long race, very long track. But so it's obviously only a race with 44 laps in it.
To use the overtake. Yep, copy.
I'm really sending it, Albon. Really want to try and get you to push up there. Just try and catch up. Mick Schumacher looks like he's trying to have a go with Ricardo. Right on the curbs there. About half a second behind. Jack, it looks like it's just beginning to drop away slightly. He's got Guan Yu Zhou and Lewis right behind him, so he's doing a really good job of keeping them behind. The longer we can keep Hamilton and Gasly and all those kind of faster drivers behind us, the better. Because it gives us a really good opportunity of getting a really good race finish in this race. And it always seems to be right down this straight here where all the crashes I've seen, they literally go on, they literally don't seem to have brakes, and they literally plough on and hit that barrier right there ahead of you. Just go full send into it. I do not know how no one other than Stroll actually was forced to completely retire from those crashes. And Jack has finally lost out to Guan Yu Zhou, which could mean he's very going to be vulnerable to Lewis Hamilton coming up the main straight.
For Alfa Romeo. Let's take a look at the replay. Let's take another look. There we have Zhou.
So we were on the outside, which got him the inside line going onto the main pit straight. So that just gave him that little bit of an edge. Really good driving there from Guan Yu Zhou, from the young Chinese driver. So Lando Norris is already beginning to drop off the rest of them by about 2.5 seconds behind. Magnussen has finally managed to get in front of Stroll, so Stroll and Vettel are down in 18th and 19th respectively. Albon just about doing enough to keep within the time frame here, so we're just going to speed on just a little bit, just keep it going, keep watching. Unfortunately, Jack has lost out to Lewis Hamilton finally.
Now, just watch the Mercedes here.
And just the incredible straight line speed of that Mercedes. Unfortunately, he just absolutely had no chance. And of course, Hamilton there was also on the faster compound tyres. Actually, that's a good point. Let's take a look, see here. Let me just pause for a second. Jack is the only driver on the hards. There are a lot of drivers on the soft compound tyres. I'm quite surprised with that, because nothing seemed to suggest that that race tyre would be any good. So could this be a strategy at work which is going to benefit us long term? Because we are staying really good pace with them. Our tyre wear is bang on, and we are pushing. We are pushing on, going slightly aggressive here. Fuel wise is pretty much exactly where I'd want it to be. It's only just a little bit down. We're going to be kind of going up and down around the racetrack as we go around across the race goes on. Again, it's going to speed up a little bit. And of course, Albon at one point looking like he's too far back, and then all of a sudden really, really close again. So, if we are going to be looking at pitting around about lap 20 for the medium compound tyres, realistically, again, from the runs I've done, where we have done a bit of a longer session, I am expecting to be probably them going to switch to the the mediums or the hards in the region of around about lap 14 to 16. That would be my estimate at this current moment in time. Unfortunately, Jack has already dropped well off the pace of Lewis Hamilton. He's already 2 seconds behind. Magnussen about a full second behind him, and Stroll a further 2 seconds behind him. So they're settling in very nicely down towards that end of the grid. So we're just going to fast forward on. Just keep an eye out. Just see how everyone's doing. And there's a multiple crash. There is a big crash. What's happened here? So it is a safety car. It is a safety car.
Safety car.
I just need to do this so I can pause and just catch my breath just for a moment. Let me just see. Tyre wear absolutely fine. So we are literally going to bring everything down. We're not going to come in because it is way too early, especially for Jack there. So this may be a point for the soft compound runners to actually come in and pace themselves to pit, saving a little bit of time. I want to see who's the crash. Leclerc and Sainz are out. The two front runners are out.
It's a collision. Let's take a closer look.
Does the Red Bull get involved in this as well? Oh, it is. Oh my word. Wow. Hold on 1 second. Let me just pause this for 1 second. So, Verstappen is still in this race, but he has got a penalty. Leclerc and Sainz are both out.
They crashed out. Let's have a look.
Is this going to be the same replay? Yes. So, oh, okay, right. From what I could see there, it looked like Verstappen locked up. Verstappen locked up. He then went into the back of Sainz, who then, of course, went into the back of Leclerc as well. So, wow. 3 of the front runners out. That means Albon goes up to P11. Jack currently into P14. Wow, this is throwing this race wide open. We are conserving our tyres. They're going right down. To be honest, I'm going to ask them to push on their fuel a little bit because we want to save this fuel. We don't want to have loads of fuel on board when we don't need it. So we should be catching up with the safety car as we come round. Here we go. Right, so Verstappen is in the pit, which puts Albon into the points. Verstappen dropping right to the very back. He's probably got a front wing change at the very least. Verstappen has only just managed to come out to the pit, so he is joining back in P13, right ahead of Jack Doohan. It's not often you can say that Jack Doohan is behind a Red Bull, or that we're in the points, but I'll tell you what, we're just trying to catch up. Are we actually going to cap? Safety car in this lap. Safety car is in this lap. Let me just pause. Let me just take a moment. Let me just see everything. So, Just going to ask you to go standard for the moment, just so we can prepare ourselves. Right, we need to time this well. And we are literally right up to the back with the safety car. I'm going to pause again for one moment. I do not believe anyone has been lapped. No one has been lapped, so everything is going for this. Normal conditions resumed, so we're going to go full send for everything, and we really hope there isn't another crash or anything, because this could be very dicey indeed. So we're on board with Alexander Albon at the moment. He's right behind Mick Schumacher. So this has neutralised the field, really has neutralised us. But we're going to go full send, full send. Jack right behind the Red Bull. The Red Bull is already starting to pull away, as you would expect. But Albon, we're right behind Mick Schumacher. Can we get an early advantage? Don't want to see any crashes at all here. And we're right behind Mick Schumacher. Can't quite seem to do anything. It's a massive little train there. Jack Doohan staying right behind Verstappen. Managed to get a nice little bit of slipstream from him. Wow, this could be a really good race for us now. Another car has spun. Who has spun? It's a Mercedes. Is that George Russell? It is George Russell. George Russell has spun out.
Oh, it's 7.
Let's see what happened there. Now let's look at this. Here's George Russell.
Oh!
What a spin!
You sound almost proud of that, Crofty. I think it was Alonso did very well to just take avoiding action there.
Will he be able to recover? We'll see.
Where's Toto Wolff when you need him? Where's that angry German? I want to see him. So I just want to pause 1 second. Actually, it was either Alonso or Ocon. So, oh my God, at the moment in this time, we have got on the podium, this is incredible, we've got Perez in the Red Bull, then going followed by Alonso and Valtteri Bottas in the Alfa Romeo. Then you've got Ocon, then Tsunoda, then Ricciardo, Norris, Mick Schumacher, Albon up in P9. And Jack Doohan is up to P13. This is incredible. And we're only on P10, lap 10, but that means that we're already about a quarter of the way through this race. Oh my God, this is brilliant. I'm absolutely loving this. Fuel-wise is really, really high. We're going to be sending that so much on there. We are just using absolutely everything because, of course, we did manage to get a little bit of the saving on our fuel done. Verstappen no longer has a time penalty because he did manage to serve that when he did the when he did the pit under the safety car, which is very, very good. Is that something that should be allowed in real life? If you agree or disagree with them serving the time penalty in the race during a pit stop, comment down below. Let us think, or whether they should just save it for the end of the race. I don't know whether it makes it more or less exciting. I really don't know. But there you can see Jack, he is still right behind the Red Bull of Verstappen. He is just beginning to drop further and further away. Magnussen is already out of the DRS range for when that gets enabled. If Jack can just stay within that DRS range for when the DRS enables, that will just give him a lovely little tow. But I'll tell you what, he's already passed it. He's already outside the 1 second window there.
DRS.
DRS has been enabled. Jack unfortunately 1.7 seconds away, but Alexander Albon, he is within half a second. I'll tell you what, that is a humongous train there. All the way from the looks of it, from Ricciardo all the way back down to Well, Alex is now still back within the 1 second range. So anyone from 6th through 13th, that is a massive DRS train of around about 9 cars. So that just negates everybody's advantage, apart from Lando Norris trying to overtake his teammate. But he's now outside of the 1 second.
Check the DRS.
DRS is now empty, so we need to take ourselves back down into neutral. Our fuel is getting normal levels again, so we're just going to bring that down, and we're just going to bring our tyres down to aggressive mode. We don't want to push them too hard, we don't want to completely wear them out.
You can afford to drop back.
But he's so close, and he's overtaking. No, oh, hang on, what? No, Mick Schumacher's gone ahead of Lando Norris. That's what confused me. Mick Schumacher's got ahead of Lando Norris. That's why we're now behind the McLaren. We're still in P9, and Jack is still in P13 at this moment in time. This is lovely, lovely stuff. I'm really loving this. Yuki Tsunoda has managed to get past Ocon, so he's on the verge of the points, but although he is 3 seconds back from Valtteri Bottas at the moment. Wow, this is incredible. And Russell, after his spin, is still stuck right at the very back behind Vettel and Stroll, who are now, by virtue of the spin. Bottas is in the pits. Bottas is in the pits. Hang on 1 second. So I believe this is when a lot of those soft runner drivers are going to be going into the pits. So we really need to take advantage of this. So this is where we're going to say, go full attack. Verstappen has already made his change. Verstappen went onto the hard compound tyres. I think he will have to stop again. I cannot imagine that he will get to the end on those hards with that really early stop. It is definitely possible, but when you look at it, it is still going to be pushing it, I think. So that means both drivers currently into the points. Albon into P7, Jack into P10.
Reduce left and close.
Albon now a little bit behind Lando Norris by about 1.4, so we're just asking him to push a little bit more for the time being, just to try and close up the gap to him there. Of course, without having that DRS range, that puts us vulnerable to Guan Yu Zhou and Verstappen behind. I really want to stay in touch with Norris, because we know that Verstappen sooner or later is going to get past Guan Yu Zhou, and then he's going to go past us. Guan Yu Zhou's in the pit, and Gasly is in the pit. So they're finally coming in. So that puts Jack now into P9. P9 for Jack at this moment in time. I'll tell you what, we would really love to have a pit stop, a crash or a safety car right around lap 20. Because then that, Alexander Albon would get an amazing free pit stop. That would be incredible.
Coast level 3.
But Albon has managed to get right back behind Norris. He is now 0.4 seconds behind. Let me just pause for 1 second. I just want to see the situation for pit stops. So basically, Jack, Kevin Magnussen, Vettel and Russell all will need to pit, as will everyone from Albon upwards. So Vettel is the only one above P13 who have yet to pit. Ricciardo, Mick Schumacher and Norris, they're probably going to be coming in quite soon, as will Magnussen and Vettel. Of course, the top 3 runners, as well as Albon and Jack, we will be going a little bit longer. So we've got Max Verstappen right behind us. I really hope he doesn't push us in. And Norris is in the pits. Norris has come into the pits. Mick Schumacher, though, is staying out. Mick Schumacher is staying out. This puts Alex up to P6. Oh my God, I never thought I'd be saying that Alexander Albon or Jack Doohan are in the points. Of course, we have yet to make our pit stops. If we can get a cheap one with a safety car, I would be delighted. Absolutely de-freaking-lighted. So, of course, we've now got Max Verstappen. He is right behind us. He's going to be looking to get us with the DRS. Can he manage to do it on this occasion? I don't believe he will. Jack's tyres are doing extremely well. I'm going to ask him to push on with his fuel just that tiny little bit. Just try and catch up a little bit. Oh my God, I've got a really dry throat. Oh my God. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I do apologise. So yes, we're about 1 second behind Mick Schumacher, but of course he will be coming to pit anytime soon, as well Ricciardo, Magnussen and Vettel. So we want to keep an eye on them as we come down towards the end of this lap. Max Verstappen has a little look there, but doesn't go for the move. Mick Schumacher is still staying out. He is still staying out, but Vettel is in. Vettel is in, so it does look like the soft compound tyres are actually doing better than expected. They really are.
Okay, back off.
So could this mean then we could in theory take Jack and take him rather on to the mediums onto the softs? But on average the mediums do tend to be faster. It's a very difficult decision. Obviously after last week's debacle in Hungary, of course I don't want us to potentially lose out through a bad pit stop decision. So is Ricciardo going to be coming in? He must be due sometime really soon, and he is in. What about Mick Schumacher? Verstappen looks to go up the inside. Mick Schumacher is also in. Mick Schumacher is also in. So we've lost out the place to Verstappen, but that's fine. We are not fighting him. We are fighting everybody else. And we've now entered the... We've entered the pit window, so we could be coming to pit very soon. Albon currently in P5, Jack currently P7. Both of these are our highest places so far. Let's just see what would it say at the moment. If we were to pit Albon right here, right now, it is estimated that we would be coming out around about P16. Which would be above Gasly, Vettel and Stroll. That would be incredibly disappointing. We don't want that to happen. So I'm thinking, do we push on and long? So I'm going to ask him to go a little bit less hard on the tyres. Maybe let's just try and stretch this stint out. Valtteri Bottas currently with the fastest lap of the race. Perez in the lead, with his two Alpines on the podium as well. But Verstappen is now up into P4. He did take an early pit stop, and of course from the looks of it, Perez, Alonso and Ocon are all going to have to pit anyway. They are going to have to make their first stop. Verstappen, I believe, probably will have to make a second stop. It's possible he can go to the end without needing to stop again, but I very much doubt it in my humble opinion. So Magnussen is also in pit. That puts Jack currently now into P6. If we were to pit him right now, that estimates he would be around about P17. And there you go. Perez and Ocon are in the pit, as is George Russell. George Russell is in the pit. So this would put Albon down into 15th at this present moment in time. And Alonso is now into the pit. Alonso into pit, which at this moment in time, I believe is going to put Albon onto the podium. Maybe not. Did he manage to get out ahead? He did. Alonso managed to do the pit stop and still get ahead of Alexander Albon. So we are now going to really send it for Alex. We're going to push all the way because he's still doing green in sector 3. So he's still got the tyre wear. He's still got the tyres. I was going to say I thought there was an issue with his ERS, but I was on the wrong screen. So there is that screen there. There's a big crash! Big crash! Oh my god! Could this be a safety car?
Yellow red. Copy.
It's Vettel! Vettel has crashed!
Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin.
And this is the crash that I've been seeing all the way through
there, we see the
through practice. That exact image, but with different cars. So is that a safety car or not? No, it is not, unfortunately. But Vettel is probably going to have to pit. He's almost certainly going to have to pit. So, let me just try and work this out 1 second. Right. So, they were averaging around about 17. So, if we wanted to do the softs for Albon, we won't be able to do it. So, we're going to do the pit. We're going to stay with his stock and go with... oh, am I doing that right? Yes. Right, so we're going to pit now. So we're going to absolutely fly and send it with everything we've got.
Okay, we'll box this lap.
Okay,
But
box,
Jack,
box.
depending on how he goes, we may possibly consider switching over. It would be a push. We would really have to push it a little bit more. So we're talking, what's that, 14 would be lap 30 and then extra 3. So we've been looking at extending the stint by a couple of laps, but maybe then go on to the hards. And here we go. So we want a really good, clean pit stop here. Really, really good one.
Race, mate. Yep, go race. Copy.
Here we go. And we're off. 2.4 second pit stop. That is good. That is really, really good. We are well ahead of the Aston Martins. And we're ahead of Magnussen as well. So we're in P14. P14. This means that we are now going to be able to really push on those hard compound tyres for the remainder of this race. Those that switch early onto the hards, I mean, it's debatable whether they would be able to last, especially Verstappen. That could be a little bit nip and tuck there, but we will, of course, have to see. So hopefully we're able to close up the gap to Lando Norris. And of course, Jack is doing extremely well in 5th, dropping down to 6th. Of course, he will be beginning to tumble.
Alfa Romeo just moved up a place.
So, like I said, we are looking to push that tiny bit longer because we've got the tyre wear. And I think we're going to go for a hard onto the softs. That's what we're going to push for.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Oh, and there's a multiple crash.
Now,
Multiple cars have dropped out.
here.
Could this be a really cheap pit stop now? That was the overtake there, but we need to see what this crash is. And how far, and we're right towards the start, fortunately. DRS disabled. DRS is disabled. Guan Yu Zhou has got a penalty. It is a safety car. Safety car. So, Jack is coming in. Jack is coming in. We were looking to stretch it. Ooh, I don't think it's worth risking it. So we are going to go for the medium compound tyres.
Disabled. DRS is currently disabled.
It's a collision. We can take a look.
Let's
now.
have a look here.
Daniel Ricciardo involved here.
And it's a lot. Oh!
See the contact there.
Big crash. That was Guan Yu Zhou. He must have locked up, which has then taken out Daniel Ricciardo. Oh my God. Daniel Ricciardo is out. Daniel Ricciardo is out of this race. So Jack is in P7. He does have to pit, but he is going to be able to do it in the safety car. How much time does he lose out on though? So that puts Albon up into P11. Albon in P11. Jack goes down to 14th. He probably would have been lower down the grid. Oh, if he had just been, oh, maybe half a lap back, he could have really taken advantage, maybe been within the points. As it is, Albon is on the verge of the points. This is exactly what happened in Canada. We had some crashes that put us on the verge. Oh, this is really exciting. Guan Yu Zhou and Vettel have got onto the soft compound tyres. I was debating whether it'd be able to do that. Norris is down 66% on his medium, so to be perfectly honest, he might struggle. He might struggle. So just asking them to conserve their tyres. We want to get right behind the safety car. But we want to have nice fresh tyres. Safety car is going to be coming in this lap.
Let's close this gap.
Yep, copy. Go push. Copy.
And we've got Russell right behind Albon.
Overtake is available.
But we're right behind Lando Norris.
You have the overtake.
Copy.
Vettel, unfortunately, right towards the back of the grid. He's just not been able to catch up. And we are back into green flag running. Green flag running. Off we go.
Check the DRS.
Yes.
Tires are getting a little bit warm, but that's okay. They're going to get warm. So you are going to be pushing, my son. This could be the race where we finally finish in the points. I'll tell you what, it'd be phenomenal if we get another crash. Another driver's locked up. Who's locked up? Down in sector 3. So that maybe Vettel? And the cars ran wide.
Is that a lockup?
It was Vettel.
So this was the Aston Martin.
Vettel is having a dreadful race all on his own. And somebody ran wide as well. Who ran wide? It's not going to tell us who ran wide. And Jackson's overtaken someone. Who did he overtake? He's overtaken Kevin Magnussen.
And
But
a
of
new
course,
position. Just
it
gained
is
by
now
Williams.
Russell separating the
Let's
two
have a look.
Williams. I never thought I'd be able to say that this season. Beautiful overtake there. Managed to get the inside line and got it through the following two corners as well, which has managed to get him ahead. Well done there, Jack. George Russell is right on the back of Alexander Albon. It's right up his arse. He really wants to get that position. And another crash! Oh my God! And it's another safety car! Oh my God, hang on. Let me just do this. Oh my God. Right, who is it this time?
There's contact. It's chaos on the track. Let's take a look at the replay. Now have a watch
It
at
is
this.
an Alpine.
Looks like Ocon.
And the locker behind. Oh my God.
And there's the
This
collision.
Grand Prix is just insane.
And that was a bitter blow for the team. And it may...
Oh my God, who is anybody out of this race? Oh my God, it looks like Bottas and Ocon are both out. Oh my God, Bottas and Ocon are both out of the Belgian Grand Prix. This currently means 5 people are currently failing to finish. Bottas, Ocon, Ricciardo, Leclerc and Sainz. Wow. Jesus. We could definitely be on for the points today.
Safety car in this lap.
Oh my word, so we've got, what, 11 laps to go currently. Oh my God, this is anybody's race. We could get 2 or 3 more drivers just crashing out. This is insane. Right, here we go. So again, we are wanting to go fully aggressive, fully send, fully overtake. We want everything that you guys have got. And we're about to go green flag running again. So there you go, Jack is right behind Russell. As we prepare to start, Perez, Verstappen, Alonso, Tsunoda, Hamilton, Gasly, Mick Schumacher, Norris, Albon, Russell, Doohan, Magnussen, Guan Yu Zhou, Stroll and Vettel. Oh my word. So we would have been paying out regardless of how we finished in this race to our bonuses to our drivers. Because I tell you what, this has just been one of those days. This is just an incredible day for racing. Tyres are getting a little bit warm. I know, I'm sorry. I don't care. I just want you to send it. Send it with absolutely everything you have got. And poor Vettel, he's had 2 safety cars. He just cannot catch up to the back of that pack. And Stroll is so far off the pace as well. Oh my God, this is incredible. Albon's doing absolutely everything he can, but he just cannot get past Lando Norris at the moment. But it's fine, because if he does get past Russell, we are literally got 2 Williams fighting for 1 point place. If we can... Another driver's locked up. Who's locked up? In sector 3. Someone a little bit further back. I think it might have been Lance Stroll. Vettel crash on track again!
We've had a crash. Here's the
It's Vettel! Oh my god, Vettel's day just goes from bad to worse.
That crash is terrible news for
That's
the
the
team.
second time he has crashed today in that exact same place, in that exact same way. It's not forced him out of the race, but that is his race over and done. He's got no chance. We would need a safety car for the rest of this race just to catch up with the pack. And Russell's still holding on, still holding back George Russell. He's still attacking towards Lando Norris. Can we manage to get a P9 finish?
We have DRS.
DRS has finally been re-enabled. Looking to harvest our ERS now. We want to save that up this lap. We want to try and really manage to get it. Albon is now beginning to drop off away from Lando Norris. But we're just looking to earn back that that ERS rather. I do apologise. And Russell's finally managed to overtake him. He's finally managed to overtake him.
Race position gained for Mercedes. Let's see what happened there. Now, just watch the Mercedes here.
Of course, the straight line speed with the DRS, he's going to have no chance without ERS as well to go free. He had no chance of battling that. We need to really hold on now. We're clinging to the final points place in this place. Oh my God. We're now going to use that ERS that we have got. We're going to use it. We're going to try and get a tow from Russell to pull back closer to actually now Mick Schumacher, because Lando Norris has finally managed to get ahead of Mick Schumacher. Behind Albon and Doohan, we have got only 4 drivers: Magnussen, Guan Yu Zhou, Lance Stroll and Sebastian Vettel. Could any of them overtake us to get that final point? I sincerely hope not. We have done so well this race. We deserve to finish in the points. Come on, Alex. Come on, Jack. Keep pushing with everything you have got. And Alex has got ahead of Russell again. He's got ahead of Russell.
Now watch this. Here's the moments involving Albon.
And he's done the exact reverse of what Russell did to him. We're now in P9. We've got 2 points on the board. Oh my God, this is incredible. How many laps we've got? About 6 laps remaining. This is just phenomenal. Oh! No! No! It's a safety car. It's a safety car. Alex has crashed. Oh my God. Oh, that is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. And we've got to change the front wing as well. And he's had to retire. He's had to retire. Major chassis damage. So everything now is all on Jack.
Sounds like a few cars have crashed.
Oh my God.
Let's take a closer look. Watch this. We're looking at Lando Norris.
Oh.
That's a big smash.
Unfortunately, he was just maybe pushing that a little bit too hard.
Yeah, P0, P0.
Which currently means that Jack is up into P8. He's into P8. Albon's got a tyre penalty, but that's irrelevant because he is now out of this race. My God, which could mean that Vettel is going to be at least in P13. My God. Jesus. And we're now catching up. And Vettel still can't catch up. Oh my God. We're down to 13 cars. 13 cars. My God. Right, we are going to have to get ready to go. Everything is now all on Jack. He is in P8. Realistically, I cannot see Stroll or Vettel or McSchumacher are going to manage to do it. So we should hopefully be finishing in the points. How high into the points? I do not know. I do not want a double retirement. This is just an insane race. Oh my God. Oh my God. And with green flag running, everything is with Jack. And he's already trying to attack onto George Russell. He's right on the back of George Russell. Can he manage to do it? Someone's locked up. Someone's already locked up. It's in sector 2, it's saying. Oh my God, he's up to P5. There's another crash. Oh my God. Oh my God. Safety car again. Safety car again. Ignore the pits. Oh my God, who's in this time?
We're just watching.
It's a Red Bull. It's a Red Bull involved. Oh, it's the Alpine and the Red Bull. Oh my God. Right, just pause again. Jesus, right. Hold on. Oh my God. So, Hamilton is currently on the podium, followed by Tsunoda, Gasly and George Russell. Could we beat... Oh my God, yeah. Verstappen is out. Alonso is in the pit. And Perez is also right down the back of the grid as well. My God. So, again, conserve your tyres. No, actually, push your fuel. Push your fuel, mate. Because we're like 7 laps up and we shouldn't be that high. My God, right. We are still behind the safety car because I don't think the safety car had managed to fully come in. I don't think we're going to be coming in this lap because we would have heard by now. So I think we will be going round at least again. Yep, so we are still going around. My God. So we've got, well, we're on lap 42. So after this lap, we have 2 laps of clear race running. My word. Could we get a podium? Could we, in theory, get a podium? I will be amazed if we manage to do this. But I tell you what, the way this race has gone, 8 drivers, I put in the title of this video that 8 drivers crashed in practice. We have had 8 drivers eliminated from this race. This is going to be 12 drivers finishing on the grid. My word. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. We need to skip through towards the end because I believe we will probably be coming in this lap. Safety car ending this lap. So we are going to have only 2 laps of running. 2 laps of running. My God. This is insane. If we have just 2 cars crash out, we will, ahead of us, 2 cars ahead of us crash out, we will finish on the podium.
Overtake is available if needed.
Oh my God. I'm not going to fast forward anything of these final 2 laps. I need to see absolutely everything that happens. Come on, Jack. Safety car is in. We're going green flag running. Off we go. We're right behind George Russell. We've got Kevin Magnussen right behind us, followed by Guan Yu Zhou, and then Lawrence Stroll up in 8th place. Vettel still down in last place, but he has managed to catch up to the pack. I never thought that would actually happen. I did not think he would catch up to us. So Jack is right behind George Russell. Want to see everything that he's doing. Come on, Jack. Oh, this is exciting. This could be Hamilton's first win of this season. And then for the Alpha Tauris to also be on the podium as it currently stands. George Russell really is going to want to get on that podium. He's got 2 laps to do it, as have we. Jack Doohan, he's already pulled away from Kevin Magnussen. He's already 0.8 tenths behind us. We are pushing so hard. We are going and sending absolutely everything we have got, because the tyre-wise, we are the ones on the medium, so we have got better tyres in theory than everybody else. Oh my God, I can barely talk because my voice is simply gone. It is simply gone. We are pushing so hard. There's going to be no DRS. DRS doesn't get re-enabled until 2 laps following the end of the safety car. We've literally got 2 laps of this race. So by the time that we're able to enable DRS, the race is over. So we are going to have to go everything on our pace, our cutting, our speeds, our everything we've got. It's going to be very difficult. Realistically, unless there's a crash, I do not see it happening. But so many crashes have happened. This race is just so unimaginably chaotic. I just do not know where we're going to finish. But we're currently in P5, which could give us a humongous boost in how many points we get. No crashes. Oh, that was so close. I really thought we were going to run into the back of Russell there. We're on to the final lap. Final lap. Come on, Jack. How many points are going to get? What's it, 25? Then it's 18, 15, 12. I think we're going to finish with 10 points. We're going to finish with 10 points if this thing stays as it is. Could we get Russell on this final lap? We've got everything going for us. We're doing everything we can. We're about half a second behind George Russell. Again, unless someone goes wide or spins it, I cannot see this happening. But we're going to push anyway. Come on! I'm really trying not to. I'm just trying to focus so much. I just want Jack to finish his race. That's all I want for him. I just want him to finish the race. Perez has got ahead of Stroll, so he's up into P8. Alonso's back up into points, so it just means of this chaotic race, Mick Schumacher and Vettel are the only 2 finishers that will end without any points. Bitterly disappointing for them with the way this race has gone. We're going to go on board. We've got Lewis Hamilton is going to be coming around to get his final win. Tsunoda is right back with Gasly right behind him. And George Russell. Here we're going to get any last minute dramas. Because if there is going to be anything, it's going to be here. And they all managed to get through nice and safely. Which means for Jack, we're going to come round in P5. P5. Oh my God!
Okay, checkered flag.
Oh my God! P5! P5! Jack Doohan, the man we hired to beat out Nicholas Latifi. Oh my God!
DRS is enabled.
Wow! Jesus H bloody Christ! I want to say so much more. Oh my word. What is that going to do for us in the Constructors' Championships? We've got a trophy. We are on the board. We've got our first point finish. Oh! This is incredible. This is an incredible day for
Williams have got to be happy with their results here. This was good work.
It's really wonderful to see all the hard work they've been putting in paying off like this.
And as this race weekend comes to a close, the team is 8th in the constructor standings.
We've got to P8.
Formula One won't be straying too far.
P8 in the Constructors' Championships. We had a target to be 9th. We're in 8th. My God. My freaking God. Lewis Hamilton, surely driver of the day, starting off in P18, finishes on the front row of the grid. And look at that. Look at how many drivers failed to finish. Max Verstappen, Norris, Albon, Ocon, Bottas, Ricciardo, Leclerc and Sainz. Now, there's one point I just want to make right here, right now. Alexander Albon finishing P15. He has a bonus. If he finishes above P16, he gets $700,000. If he earns that bonus despite DNFing, I will be furious, especially as that was his fault. If I was in charge properly to be able to do this, I would say, get out the bin. You did not finish 15th. You did not finish. So therefore, you do not earn your money. We're going to find out momentarily, but let's have a look how this does for the standards. Look at that. Jack Doohan moves from 20th, P20, up to P14 in the standings. That is incredible. Alexander Albon obviously drops 2 places as a direct result. He is still one of only, well, 2 current drivers, himself and Vettel, who have yet to earn any points. Of course, Latifi, but we sacked him off. We didn't want him. He has 2 races this season. He has unfortunately failed to finish. For the constructors, as you can see, we go above Haas. Haas, how did they do? They did earn some points, I do believe. Yes, Kevin Magnussen finishing in 7th meant that he earned 6 points. But before that, they'd only earned 2 points. So we have gone above them, so we're above them by 2 points, and we're 3 points behind McLaren. We are literally the only 2 that have literally changed, but oh my god. That was an incredible race. Right. See, that's the thing. It says finish 16th or higher. He did not finish, so for me, he has not earned that. That is something I really hope that the developers could look at, because I do not think that he deserves to have that money, because he literally did not finish. Yes, technically in the classifications he was 15th, but that's because loads of other cars crashed out, and he then crashed out, and he was at that time the 15th driver to crash out. So by default he has finished 15th. If he had done what he was currently doing at that time and finished in the points, happily for him to have that money. As it is, that for me I don't agree with. I really don't. I'm sorry. But my god, was that an incredible race. My god. My voice is almost gone. I'm telling you, it is insane how I'm feeling right now. I'm in jubilation. It is phenomenal. And how long have I been going for this video? About an hour and 17 minutes. This is going to be one of the best hour and 17 minutes you will watch in your life. So we've completed the design for the underfloor, and I believe we've also got the side pods coming up very soon. But let's hear what the board had to say after that race. Here we go. So Lewis Hamilton claimed the checkered flag at the Belgian Grand Prix, finish ahead of Yuki Tsunoda and Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly, who also deserves a big shout out because of grid penalty, he was right at the bottom as well. After qualifying P18, Lewis Hamilton earned an incredible comeback, charging through the field and securing victory. The success of Lewis Hamilton this week awarded them a substantial number of points, but not enough to alter their current position. Currently, Max Verstappen is leading with a healthy 271 points. Leclerc is 238 points, and then Carlos Sainz with 211. Everyone is talking about Williams as they exceed everyone's expectations, currently placing in P8 of the Constructors' Championships with 10 points. It was a truly eventful race with 8 drivers being forced to retire, including Max Verstappen. Patrick Stafford from the board, what do you say? The board watched the race of the circuit this weekend, and we want to congratulate you on exceeding our expectations. Brilliant. It was a fantastic race. A strong credit to you as team principal. Our confidence in you as a leader has grown quite a bit. James Irwin, our race engineer. Telemetry shows that speed 1 could be improved. We know that. We know that this. You literally tell us the exact same thing every race. Come on, James. get something a bit different. My God. So, what's coming up this week? We have literally just got a new part, and we've got the design for the pods coming in. What are our finances looking at? 5.5 million. So I believe we may have to. Let me see for Albon. Looks like we didn't have the right chassis on, so we spent all that time developing a new chassis and we've not even installed it. That's ridiculous. Oh God. Well, the underfloor is ready to go, so we need to manufacture that underfloor. Right. We need 2 of them. If we were to get them emergency, that'll cost us 1.5 million. So I am prepared to do that. And then we can manufacture a couple more just so we've got them. No, we want normal speed and we want an extra 2. That'll take us about 10 days, but that's fine. So those are coming in, so we can now change our car, change the underfloor. So that is now installed on both of them. And then in 2 days, which will be 2 days before the Dutch Grand Prix, which actually, this has been designed and completed on the exact day that we are in real life. Today, as I'm recording this, it is the 31st of August 2022. We're now on in-game the 31st of August 2022. So we've just done the side pods. Hang on. We need to do it properly. So manufacture the side pods. They're what we want. So we're going to do emergency. We want 2 of those, which will cost us $750,000. And I get them in right here, right now. And then we're going to manufacture those side pods. Get 2 more. So again, we've got them. Right, so if we now compare ourselves to Aston Martin, let's just see how we're doing. So in suggested performance, so they've got the top speed and acceleration over us. They've got the low speed corners over us. But we've got the boost in the medium and the high speed corners, which is what really helped us in Spa, because it is so many fast high speed corners. We've got the edge on DRS acceleration, but they've got the edge in top speed when using DRS. Exactly the same everywhere else, and then they've got a big improvement in terms of engine cooling, but we've got the edge in the brake cooling. If we just now look at the Haas, who are the next team really that we're currently challenging with, again, they've definitely got a big boost. Especially look at that acceleration and top speed. They are miles ahead of us. And the DRS, look at that, they're 5th on their acceleration with that. So that is definitely something we're going to be looking to work on when we get our next load of time that we can spend, which I believe, yes, the next aerodynamic test is after the upcoming Dutch Grand Prix. But for now, we're going to save this because I do not want to lose all of this effort. Today was incredible. Like this video if you enjoyed yourselves. Share this video. Make sure that everyone else gets to see what an incredible race that was. Comment down below. Tell me what you thought. We have earned our first point of the season. This is incredible. Thank you very much. I will be back I think I'll be able to get one more race in this evening, which I'll be coming back to in a little while. Obviously, I'll do my usual thing where I simulate all the practices on my own in my own spare time, and then I'll go live for qualifying and for the race itself. But for now, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, love one another, be kind to everyone. Goodbye.